I'm here today, gone tomorrow, but I'll be back the next day. Probably not in the same place, but I'll be somewhere. Where? I don't know. That's up for time to decide. If you have time, place, and matter, you have a thing. What's that thing? This is Funny Like a Clown Podcast. I'm your host, Dennis Wirth, September 13th, 2022. It's episode 161, and about halfway. What? Yeah, we'll be old 200, and 200 could be the final episode. We don't know. Just might be, might not. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. But, we're reviewing the history of comedy, and there's only so many comedians you can review before it gets redundant. But, hey, I set out with the Comedy Central list of 100 greatest comedians to review. Since they put out, there's been a lot of big names, so I'm going to extend it. But we're close to finishing that list. Then I'll be on to the modern day comedians. And after that, who knows? Maybe we'll guess. I gotta get some guests back on. I know. I'm gonna be working on that. But hey, we're here to discuss today Mr. David Alan Grier, a legendary comedian in his own right. To do that, we're gonna bring today's episode to you by G Vegas Buffalo Sauce. Put the whammy jam in your mouth. Go to www.gvegas.webs.com. Get it shipped right to your door. You don't even have to go grocery shopping. And proud to announce our new spokesperson for G Vegas Buffalo Sauce is legendary Red Sox pitcher Tim Wakefield. So go to the website. You can check out his promotional stuff right there. Order some up while you're there and tell him Dennis from Funny Like Clown Podcast sent you. But enough about Buffalo Sauce. Let's talk about David Alan Grier, who I'm sure enjoys a fine buffalo sauce every now and then because, who wouldn't? Let's see. Best known for Damon on Fox TV in 1998. Life with Bonnie on ABC in 2002 to 2004. And this guy's made the trifecta of all three major television networks. The Carmichael Show on NBC in 2015 to 2017. So, I guess, all right, we'll get to it, all right? So there's Fox TV's on, ABC's on, NBC's on. If that ain't enough, hey, here, had a series of unfortunate events. You can be seen on Netflix. He did in 2018. I remember taking my kid to the movies to see that. It was what Jim Carrey did, like the movie version. Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events, and my kid loved the heck out of it. And he was a kid and I was a grown man, and I thought it was freaking creepy, man. But I don't know. Apparently, they made a Netflix series about the same theme. I don't know if it was creepy or not, but let's see. Did Strangers, a film in 1983, Jumanji in 1985, Bewitched in 2005. Hey, there's some big name movies you've been in right there, big name networks. How did he get there? Let's find out. Let's explore the history of comedy. Graduated Detroit Tech High School. Earned a bachelor in radio, television, and film from the University of Michigan. Let's see. Got an MFA at Yale School of Drama. While he was at the Yale School of Drama, a visiting lecturer took notice in him. And, if you got a lecturer, here's a guy who's made it in the business, okay? If he's already made it in the business, he's got connections, and now he's taking notice of you. And, you're thinking, where could those connections lead? Well, who knows? Could lead anywhere because he's got them, right? Let's see. After graduation, he landed work on Broadway, which, Broadway on Broadway. I'm thinking of that song. I can't remember what else. But hey, who don't want to perform on Broadway, right? That's like the big thing. I remember freaking Luke Skywalker with Mark Hamill, man. Like after Star Wars, it was like the biggest thing. He could have went on to make like, all kinds of movies like Harrison Ford did, but instead he said his dream was to headline Broadway. So instead of making the movies, he went to Broadway and headlined there. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's not like a live crowd. I do get that. Same thing with comedies. It's like the live crowd's great. I mean, I'm loving making the movies now because I'm doing that now. But because even after you die, your movie lives on forever, and you got like we said, Jim Belushi at Animal House, Rodney Dangerfield, Caddyshack. Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop. Everybody's got that, comedy movie to their name. Well, I got The World Needs a New Superhero out of my name, and very proud of that. But there's nothing like a live crowd. He was nominated for a Tony Award and won a theater award. So doing a lot in the theater. Earned his way onto National Public Radio. So this is like, public TV, like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers. Well, this is radio that he's on, public radio. And he did an adaptation of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, where he voiced a nameless X-wing fighter. Which don't sound cool. Yeah, I did a nameless X-wing fighter, but your foot's in the door. Okay, your foot's in the door. Okay, once you're the nameless X-wing fighter, who knows what's next because your foot's in the door. Let's see. He starred in Dreamgirls on Broadway. Made his film debut in 1983 Streamers. Did a soldier's play and reprised his role in the film version of Soldier's Story. Let's see. Played Professor on TV's A Different World, and I remember that was a spinoff when Denise went to college from the Cosby Show there. And I did watch the show, and I want to say I remember him, but that was many, many moons ago. I'm dating myself there, but yeah, I did watch the show. But yeah, many, many years ago. But hey, now but you being a spinoff for the Cosby Show, that's just not a place to be. Let's see. He was known for drama. He was this big theater drama actor, and for whatever reason, he shifted to comedic work. I guess he had a love of comedy, and if you got that love, you want to try it out, right? So, shifted from drama roles to comedy roles. He appeared on Amazon Woman on the Moon and I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Let's see. Now, the director of I'm Gonna Get You Sucker was, I believe, one of Damon Wayans' relatives. So he took notice of him there and cast him on In Living Color, which was Damon Wayans, thing. Which, I got to say, I never really got into In Living Color. I know it was this big thing. I don't know why it's not around anymore. I mean, Saturday Night Live lived forever, and that was cutting edge for the time. But as we know, anyway, In Living Color went on to be this, big, big hit for everybody. He had some characters on there that people loved. After major success there, he started appearing in, bigger movies, Boomerang with, as we said, Eddie Murphy, Blank Man, again with Damon Wayans, In the Army Now with Pauly Shore. He was in the TV series Martin, of course, with Martin Lawrence. He was in McHale's Navy with Tom Arnold, and Nickelodeon's sitcom Keenan and Kel. So hey, Nickelodeon comes calling. You don't hang up that phone. That's one of the major networks. So the kids are loving that network, I'll tell you. Absolutely. I mean, my son, he loved it. I mean, I remember how many times I watched the Rugrats when that was on, boy, and SpongeBob and all the stuff they brought to you. So, yeah, Nickelodeon, major. You want to get a younger generation involved, don't you? That's the place to be. Let's see. He had a short-lived sitcom. The Preston episodes. He was on Damon and a show called Dag. Let's see. He has a cameo in 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro. And it's only a cameo. Yeah. How'd you like to be mentioned in the same freaking sentence as Robert De Niro? Yeah, give me a cameo. I'll be happy to be in that for you. He was in Tales from the Hood. Let's see. 2002, he joined ABC sitcom Life with Bonnie. So now let's go back here because I said, did he hit all the major networks? What do we have? No, ABC, NBC. I guess we're missing CBS. I don't know if he's done anything on CBS or not, but man, Fox TV, ABC, NBC. If he could make that trifecta, I don't know many who did. I'll tell you that much. But all right, he's back on ABC's sitcom Life with Bonnie. Did the film Badass in 2003. The Woodsman in 2004. Let's see, Comedy Central stand-up series, The Book of David. That was a stand-up comedy series, so dabbling in the stand-up comedy there. He's a frequent on Crank Anchors, which I absolutely freaking love that show. And Jimmy Kimmel, he originally did it, and then of course he went on to late night TV to to host his own late night show. But even after that was a big success, he's back. He brought it back on Grier. He's got the money, he's got the fame. He don't need to do it. He just does it because he loved the friggin' show. So he's back on Comedy Central doing new stuff with Crank Yankers. Let's see. He was a host of NBC's Thank God You're There, The Gym Teacher in 2008, ABC's 2005. He did the TV Muppets version of The Wizard of Oz. And let's see, 2008, he hosted Chocolate News on Comedy Central. And the Chocolate News, I don't know if that's like a racial thing or not. Like, I don't want to step on it because it sounds like a racial thing, where like, I remember Lenny Clark, he did a local TV show they called The Black News. And I guess with the politically correct, people today, you'd have to call it Chocolate News, but maybe it's got nothing to do with race whatsoever. Right? Let's see, 2009 film, dance flick, guest starred on TV's Bones. And, I'll say about this guy, there's a lot of comics, you know him. Like, it's that second you say Eddie Murphy. Well, yeah, I don't know. He's done a lot of big stuff, but second, you automatically Beverly Hills Cop comes to mind. Just what a great freaking series that was. I mean, there's some comics, where instantly you connect them with the big thing they did. And I can say, David Allen Grier, he really, I can't, he's done big shit. Like I'm just sitting there like on this local comic. I'm talking, no, David Allen Grier didn't do big shit. He did big shit, but he never had like that mega buster. But you just seen him everywhere. It was just constantly you saw him somewhere. It's like move from place to place. And remember there was like, geez, this Chinese actor, and I forget, he had so many TV credits. Like he was on so much stuff. He never had the one big role, but he had this like thousands and thousands of small roles. And I guess it just reminds me of this guy here. Let's see, 2013, Tyler Perry presents People's. Let's see, the Watsons Go to Birmingham, CBS's Bad Teacher, NBC's The Wiz, where he played the Cowardly Lion. So that'd be something to do with The Wizard of Oz, where he was playing the Cowardly Lion. Let's see, co-star with Jon Stewart and Elmo Palooza. Which, geez, Jon Stewart, Comedy Central name right there. Let's see, Queen Sugar from Paramount Pictures, Clifford the Big Red Dog, and like I said, man, you guys just everywhere. I mean, none of these were huge hits, but they were all big enough hits that you remember them from. And let's see, the musical and the film, The Color Purple. So again, he was in the film. They did a spinoff film about it where he reprised the role again. Hosted Comedy Central's Premium Blend, so in between the acting, he's also doing some stand up, and I'm kind of getting on a local level, man. It's like I got a following of comics, people who started to follow me around doing comedy, but then it's like they've heard most of my routine, and it's like I can't write a new routine for every time I friggin' do a comedy show, so it's like. So, they're nice enough to come out and follow me around. Then you start telling them this joke again. So got to the point where I either got to travel doing comedy or I got to cut down on do less shows, but with newer material. Thinking about doing that one big show a year where Jerry Lewis owned Labor Day weekend. Well, I'm going to own Father's Day weekend where I do this big ass Father's Day show for a child's right to both parents equally benefiting the father's rights movement. I'm a big fan of their work. Let's see. He appeared on the Dave and Kelly and Chainsaw Radio Show before doing comedy over at the Madhouse Comedy Club. And warming up for his appearances there. He returned to Broadway, and a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. Let's see. Race, Porgy and Bess, A Soldier's Play. Let's see. Hosted Random Acts of Comedy on Fox. Let's see. He was a contestant on Dancing with the Stars, I guess, which is one of my mom's favorite shows. I know that, but I guess he was an early out exit. I guess he didn't last too long, but hey, you made it in there, right? You were good enough to be considered on there. Got his own book out, Barack Like Me, The Chocolate Covered Truth. Again, there's the version, there's the reference to chocolate. I don't know if that's a racial reference or not. Or I don't know, because if you're black, you can make a racial reference. If you're white, you're just a jerk. I don't get the rules. Those are the rules. Let's see. Well, I guess this might no, this no. Okay, he hosted a Snap Decision on the Game Show Network, which hey, game shows, man. I don't know too many of those that go bad, but remember that? What was it? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It was almost every night of the freaking week. It was so popular, and they ended up burning the damn thing out. But let's see. I guess if you ever wanted a trivia question about him, as a kid, he marched with his family with Martin Luther King Jr. and in Detroit, I believe it was, and was one of the first to hear one of the early versions of the "I Have a Dream" speech from Martin Luther King. So great trivia note right there. David Allen Grier, like I said, man, I mean, yeah, I'd be foaming at the mouth to do half of what this guy's done in comedy. But like I said, he never had that big, Caddyshack or that big, Animal House or the big Beverly Hills Cop to his name. But you know what? Damn it, he was just everywhere. And it's like, and you get enough places, somebody's going, yeah, I remember him from there. You're going to run. The guy's just rememberable because he was that good at what he does. And that just earned him just constant work. And if you're constantly working in the comedy business, then damn it, that's half the battle because most of us work sparingly and we do a lot of free work in between to keep busy and just hustling, waiting for that big gig to come along. I remember who was it? The guy from the Cosby Show played one of the son-in-laws there. Somebody took a picture of him. He was at Trader Joe's bagging groceries in between acting on television, and that actually earned him a role. I forget, somebody saw him and respected. Hey, hustling between gigs. I dig that, man. That's what you got to do in comedy. Well, David Allen Grier, you're a hustler. I respect that. Hope you respect being reviewed here on Funny Like Clown Podcast. We're exploring the history of comedy, and I'm having fun doing it. Hope you're having fun too. Get your favorite comedian. Well, you look up the review of him, and you might find out something you did not know right here on Funny Like Clown Podcast. Till next time, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tune me in. Let's put this thing through the roof. Go buy some G Vegas Buffalo sauce again. Tim Wakefield, Red Sox pitcher, the new spokesperson, and www.gvegas.webs.com. Go there, check it out. Good night.